grew up in Maroubra Forest in the southern Flinders, so the Flinders are really in my blood. I worked for the Woods and Forests for 7 years. I was actually a grader driver on there for the fire breaks. But we did a lot of house maintenance on the off season of when I wasn't grading, and I got enough as in the maintenance and that to get my licence as a house painter back then. So that's when, and after 7 years at the forest, I went out on my own house painting. I had an accident. It was an airless spray gun. I turned the nozzle when it blocked, I turned it around. Then I accidentally slipped and pulled the trigger while I had a hand over it. It smashed the bone and it filled my hand up with paint, and paint got all in the blood system, and yeah, I was in big strife for a while. After that, I slipped into a deep depression. It affected me mentally, and tried to commit suicide at one stage, and the gun didn't go off. That's how it went click. And so that's how serious it was. And I called myself a Christian before that, but I actually seriously got down and prayed, what do you want me to do? And I didn't know where to go. And I started having a dream to be an artist, and whether it was from God or whether it was a dream, you can take your own choice. The kids were playing with their paints one day, and I said, I'll give us a go at that. And I picked up the brush, and the dreams just stopped then, so I sort of went for it. The Flinders is very vast. I've lived in the Flinders all my life, but I still haven't seen it all. You travel around and you're finding new spots all the time, and little gorges that you didn't know were there, and the different aspects and different times of the year when the light's different, the angle of the sun, it's all different. I head out on the dirt bike and with the camera in the bag, and it just gives you a real joy to be out in it anyway, and you find the spots, and like I say, I know the ranges like the back of my hand now anyway, so I know where I'm going to head. I usually head out when the light's right, mornings and evenings, and if it's a long way to travel, you do the travel during the middle of the day and get there when the light's right, and striking rock features and good stuff in the foregrounds too. I look for xanthorrhoeas, what we call yaccas, in the foregrounds and bushes like that, so you get the depth into your paintings. There's a lot of echidnas. You come across them, and quite often there's echidnas around us here, actually, in this country here. And just over the hill here is a little colony of yellow-footed rock wallabies, but not many people know they're this close into Hawker, and it's really nice to see them when you come across them. But when you're out on your own, you often do. So yeah. I first got the idea back in the late 80s. So we had a holiday, went up to Alice Springs. It was before the panorama in Alice Springs burnt down, and I saw the one there, and I got the idea and built on it over the next 10 years until I did the first panorama. The process, I take photographs, series of photographs on site, and join them up, and just grid it out. This one here is 50mm grid on A4 size photos, joined together, and that 50mm become a metre square out on the canvas, and then it just freehand. I just draw it up with charcoal, and then just fill it in. You paint it as you come around, but you've got to know where you are so you don't get lost. So you just got to have a guide. And people were amazed when they had the sketch. They couldn't really see what it was, but I knew exactly what it was. It immerses the viewer in the scene and makes them feel part of it. And ever since I saw my first panorama in Alice Springs, I was quite affected by that. And I picked holes in it because they had a lot of scenes joining, and I sort of thought, to get that immersion, you need the one scene so that you feel that you're right there in that one spot. And that's what I sort of worked on over the years until I got enough money aside to do it. When I picked the spot for the panorama here, I kept coming back at different times to get the light right, to get how I wanted. And I even waited till there was been a thunderstorm so there'd be water in the creek. And then I waited a week after so the water would be clear, and then I come up on my bike and took the shots then. And And even after that, I'm so in love with the place that I'd have the excuse, oh, I need to go and have a bit more fuel about it. But I had all the photos. I didn't really need that. I just wanted to get back here. I've only done 2 true panoramas, which is a round painting, full 360 degrees, but I've got 8 very large paintings in my display there, and I've done one other one that I've sold. It took me just on 11 months to paint the new panorama, so I'm getting faster. It was less than 1,000 hours. I was only putting about 3 or 4 hours a morning in on it, starting at 4 in the morning, and when no one to disturb me, and I didn't want to put extra pressure on my wife in the shop, so then I'd work in the shop all day. And it seemed to go really fast because it was a place that I really loved, so I really got into it. Miriam's always been my rock with everything that I do. She's there encouraging me, and if I have a bit of an idea and she says, do you think you can't do it? And I said, I think I can, we'll go for it.
It's been an amazing adventure actually, and I had no idea where it was going to take us. That's been exciting and a challenge in itself, to just be able to know that whatever Jeff did, he did it well, he's resourceful. And over the 38 years we've been married, I just learned to trust him, trust his instinct.
There's an old Aboriginal guy near here when I first saw this country, and he must have seen it in my eyes, and he says that the land's calling you, you'll be back. The Flinders are really in my blood.